It's very powerful.
Yeah. I'm ready. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Oh, you have no
Let's
idea
go.
how much better she is.
Okay. A little bit different.
She gets it right out of nowhere.
Wow. You're exciting.
I know it's
She's a great dance partner.
Okay.
Was ready.
Maybe don't say the words I'm ready and you'll be
Okay.
fine.
Okay, I'll just stand up.
Oh, you're looking great.
Looking good, right?
There you go. You got that one. Nice and strong. Very good.
See if I can get up.
You got it.
Yeah, I made it.
There you go. Good job.
Very good. Hey, Luke, you're not going to have to help her out for the next 2 hours.
Yahoo! Did you see that one?
Oh, that was good.
Now I'll go out on my own. I'll go out on my own.
Okay.
We can dance now. Yeah, I'll dance down the hallway.
Thank you.
I don't fall over, Jenny.
Let's talk about light therapy now. Now, like I mentioned before, we use light therapy as a correction. And, you know, if you follow the industry, there's this controversy between should we use laser light or should we use LED light? Okay? And my answer to that is, you know, what's a quantum? Quantum is the smallest unit of electromagnetics is a photon. Photon is a photon. Doesn't matter if the source is coming from a laser or the source is coming from an LED light, okay? Doesn't matter. And people have issue with that. Well, you know, you have the laser beam shoots straight. You know, light does not occur naturally in a laser beam, okay? Light diffuses naturally. So you can look at it on that sense as well. Now, people talk about the power and intensity of a laser beam versus the power and intensity of an LED device. Now, a laser beam has its amount of power, but it's all focused into one small beam. A light device could have the exact same power, but it diffuses out. Okay? NASA has documented that they're going to decrease the amount of lasers used on the space shuttles, and they're going to move towards LED devices because they're more efficient, they're less of an eye hazard, and all these other things. So, you know, on that level, if it's good enough for NASA and the space program, it's definitely good enough for me. Okay? So NASA is actually on the cutting edge of research for using light-emitting diodes. They use it for a wide variety of things, from cancer research to wound healing, burn victim, you know, healings, and those kind of things. So LED is very successfully documented for a lot of things. Also, with what we're doing in quantum neurology, we have about 100 case studies documented so far that are being processed and edited at the moment, all of them using the GRT light. So we have a lot of success using the GRT light. So since I mentioned the GRT light, let's talk about this really quick. So the GRT light is the device that I developed. It's my answer to the light therapy industries because I was frustrated. I was a doctor, as yourself, wanting to get patients well, get my wife well. And I was frustrated that I had to spend, you know, when I started it was $7,000, but then it kept on going up, $7,000, $10,000, $15,000 to buy a piece of equipment. And, you know, remember, I was a broke student at the time, so to come to that kind of money, it was, you know, it was a lot. It was a lot of money. And then when you start looking at those numbers, okay, well, how many patients do I have to see to pay for that piece of equipment? Okay, if you're charging whatever you're charging, divide that by the cost of the unit. And then you also have to keep in mind, well, you have overhead, you have staff, and you have to pay yourself. So you have to deduct that from from what you're making on that visit as well. How long is that going to get you to pay for that piece of equipment? Okay, so my answer to that was a GRT light. I wanted a very affordable device because the value that I'm bringing to the table is to teach people how to do this work. That's priority number one for me. Light therapy device is secondary. Okay, I'm not a light therapy device manufacturer to sell you equipment. I'm a light therapy device manufacturer because I want you to get the best product at the greatest price so that you could do this work. Okay, so the GRT light has 4 diodes. Okay, it has red and infrared. Okay, we'll talk about the difference between red and infrared in a minute. But the 2 outer diodes are red, and red is visible with your naked eye, of course. And there's 6 modes here. The bottom right says R, that's for the red diodes only. The bottom left diode, or the bottom left button says I, that's for infrared. Now the 2 center buttons are infrared and cannot be seen with the naked eye. So we have one light flashing just to let you know that it's on. Okay? Now, modes 1, 2, 3, and 4 use all 4 diodes simultaneously. Modes 1, 2, 3, and 4 use all diodes simultaneously, but there's a different pulse pattern to each one. Okay, so you can see the different pattern from mode 1 to mode 2, mode 3, and mode 4. Now we use modes 1 through 4 for achieving neurological correction in quantum neurology. So that's the GRT light there. Now, why do we use light therapy? And we talked about our bodies being of light. And our body uses light to transfer messages through cells and those kind of communications. Now, the way I look at it is, you know, I'm speaking in English to everyone, okay? And if I change that, and hopefully everybody's getting what I'm saying, right? And if I change that to Spanish, hola, me llamo Jorge González, ¿cómo están? Right? How many people understood that? Okay, like half the room. So just, I'm stimulating you the same, I'm using my voice, same, you know, level of intensity, but because I changed the language I'm using, you know, only half of the room understood me. Now if I change that to Japanese, o genki desu ka? Watashi wa namae wa Joji desu. Dozo yoroshiku. Right? How many people understood that? Sean, right? Okay, so one person. So I changed that stimulus a little bit, and only one person understood what I was talking about. Now, that's the idea of using different stimuluses on the body. If I use an ultrasound stimulus on the body, yeah, I'm stimulating the body. But is it the ideal stimulation for the body? Is it the best communication for the body? If I use muscle stim, yes, it is stimulating the body, but it's not the most effective or efficient in my opinion. In my opinion, light therapy is the most efficient, effective therapy for the body.